everyone, Sandra Lemming from Brisbane, Queensland, Australia here. Just coming to shoot a video for you, and I just want to go over a few things about Google and your business. Now this is relevant to both new members and old members alike of the SFM. Okay. Now, if you don't have G+ and you're not actively using G+ in your business, why? That's what I have to ask you, why? Because when you think about it, right, Google is one of the biggest search engines out there. It's something everyone uses. Google Chrome is what we recommend you have as your default browser bar, as your search engine. That's what we recommend. That's what our tools work the best with. It is the most integrated system. The great thing about Google is you can integrate it into your whole business life. You can sync it to your tablet, you can sync it to your mobile phone, and you can do so much with Google. Okay, now, and it doesn't matter. Like this, what I'm on now, I'm on my laptop. I'm doing this video for you on my laptop, and I have synced my Google to my G+ and my email. I've synced that side of things to my iPad from a Windows operating system. So I can basically pick up my iPad and I can view my Gmail just the same as I can here on my Windows. I can save things in, so you can bookmark things, right? You have the ability to bookmark things in Google. So I can bookmark this page, and I can add it to a bookmark, any one of these folders, and because I've synced my Google to my iPad, on my iPad I can open these bookmarks and I can check out the bookmarks on iPad. Beautiful thing, Google. Okay, now if you haven't got your business on G+, I've shared a great article from, it's a third-party article. It's an unbiased article from Sprout Social in the SFM private community group. Now this is a public group, okay? So if you are in the SFM private community, okay, and you have a profile in here, you feel welcome to add me as a friend if you want. You don't have to add me as a friend to get into this group. So, you can search this group for this group under groups. Okay, so you're looking for the G+ resource under groups, and you can add yourself. You can request to add yourself to this group, easy. You don't even need my authority to add yourself to this group. Okay, so that's one great thing about this group. So just find this group. When you get into the group, come to the links tab. In the links tab, I have so much information here that can help you. If you're new to the SFM and you've just started blogging on Digital Bloggers and you're wondering, how G+ could help you get your blog posts out there, great article here. This article here would give you some tips. You can check out if you're building a website and you're thinking about doing YouTube advertising and you're building the website specifically to use with YouTube advertising and to use with Google AdWords. You'll know that once you finish building your website, you have to add it, you have to submit it up to Google to get compliance on it before you can even start your advertising. So Google has a little mobile website speed testing tool, because if you have read the Google Webmaster compliance guidelines, right, so that you know that you're doing the right thing, you're not breaking any rules in Google. So if you've read the Google Webmaster guidelines, you'll know that your website has to be mobile friendly, and it has to have a reasonable amount of speed to it for Google to like it and want to rank it and serve it up to the people who are searching for the content that you have on your website. So but there's a lot of great articles and how-tos and videos in here. There's just pages of them. You can click on next page and that'll take you to the next page, and as you can see, there's heaps of stuff in here. Go through it, read it, have a look at the discussions if you want, come to updates, and you can ask questions in here of me. That's fine, I don't mind. And anything that you do to help you advance your business, any way I can help, I'm happy to try and help. But if you're just starting out, I want to ask you this. Okay, if you don't have a G plus profile, why not? I know everyone says to you Facebook, Facebook this, Facebook that, Facebook this, Facebook that, but why do you not have G plus? G plus is a product of Google. G plus, once you have it set up, can be linked to your Gmail. It can be synced to your website, so you can put a G plus badge on your website so people can click on the G plus badge on your website and go to your G plus profile. G plus is a great networking tool, and on G plus you can do a lot of free stuff on G plus. The great thing about G plus is it's free to use, it's free to post, and you don't have to do any advertising on there. You don't have to do any paid advertising. You just got to be a little bit engaging. Okay, so instead of doing what you're doing on Facebook, where you're posting all your stuff and going, buy my shit, buy my shit, buy my shit, which never works, by the way, that is old and outdated. So, you know, if you're on Facebook and you've geared your page towards, you know, supposedly selling a flashy lifestyle, make money, get rich quick scheme with the SFN, bad thing to do, because we're not that. You know, we're not a lottery, we're not a push button scheme, we're not a, you know, we're not a bookkeeping, you know, illegal bookkeeping operation. We're not into, you know, horse racing, gambling, or any of that sort of stuff. So, you know, why you'd even promote your business like that is beyond me, but I do see it. And I also see people doing ads on Facebook and other places and going, you know, I've got no leads. Why haven't I got any leads? One, they're targeting the wrong people. Two, they're not doing things properly. You know, they've just put up a page. They've got like 4 likes, you know, 30, 35, 50 likes on their page, and they've got nothing on their page. Just a banner and a little bit of shit. You know, Facebook is a social network. You know, that's what it's about. It's social. Social is the key. G plus is a little bit more than social. It goes one step further. If you have a G plus profile, then Google associates that G plus profile with everything else that you have in Google. So if you have a website that you're trying to rank in Google, Google will associate your G plus profile with your website if you've put your G plus badge on your website. G plus profiles will always rank in the search engines a lot faster than your website. Now, did you hear what I just said there? G plus profile posts will rank on page 1 faster in the search engines for specific keywords quicker than your website will. So if you do a blog post and then you take that blog post and you share it onto your G plus profile using the same keyword in your status or keyword phrase in your status when you post that blog post, then Google will rank that G plus post in the search engines on page 1 for those keywords quicker than your blog post will rank. And what does that mean for you? It means a couple of things. If people see that G plus post and they'll see a little bit of a blurb about your blog post, then they'll click on that. Oh, that's what I was looking for. They click on that. It opens up your G plus profile, and then from there they can click on your post and go straight to your website. Isn't that much easier? And that's free, people. That's free traffic. It's not targeted, but it's free traffic. It's sort of targeted because you're using keywords. You know, so if your keyword was, you know, business education, say that's your phrase keyword, business education. You did a blog post and your keyword phrase was business education in that blog post, and then you posted your link to that blog post on your G plus profile saying, you know, I've just written this article, you know, about the benefits of doing some online business education to help you grow your business, because you've got business in there twice, business education, they're your keywords. That will rank in the search engines for those keywords. So people who are looking for a business education and type in, you know, online business education training, your G plus post is going to come up a lot quicker than your G plus than your blog site. But the great thing about your G plus post is it will lead anyone who clicks on it straight back to your profile and your blog post on your website. So you're sort of, in a roundabout way, driving traffic, reasonably, not zoomed in targeted traffic, but, on a grand scale of things, targeted traffic back to your website. People who are looking for business education, who have done a search, are now finding your website, which may be geared to talking about how the SFM product line can actually give you a good, beneficial business education. And if they like what they see in that blog post, don't you think they're going to come back to your website and read some more, or possibly click on some of your call to actions and go through and have a look at your SFM products? So my question to you again is, if you don't have a G Plus profile, not talking about setting up the whole business side of things and stuff, but if you don't have a G Plus profile, why not? It's a very easy way to get yourself out there. It really, really is. And you can do a little bit of specific targeting. And the great thing about a beginner with G Plus, you can do this on Facebook, but it's a little bit harder because of the restraints on Facebook. But the great thing about G Plus is you don't have to add friends. You don't have to have heaps of people liking you or following you. It's better if you do have a lot of people connected to you. But even in the beginning, you don't need to have a lot of people following you. You can choose your interests. So when you set up your G Plus profile, you can choose what interests you want. Don't try and get smart and savvy when you're setting up your G Plus profile and think you're, 5 steps ahead of somebody else. Just forget all that bullshit, okay? Just set up a basic G Plus profile, guys. Nothing fancy. Don't overthink it. Don't overanalyze it. Just a standard basic G Plus profile is all you freaking want. You don't want to try and overthink it and think you're clever and sassy and all that sort of shit. Just leave that for, the I'm too sexy for my clothes people. Who, are continually standing in front of their mirror today saying I'm too sexy and nobody knows they're standing in front of their mirror. Just be a normal person. That's all anyone asks. Just be a normal, standard you. So do a basic G Plus profile with basic information. Now my G Plus profile that I set up, which went boom after I joined the SFM in 2012, and I used G Plus a lot because I didn't have any money to invest in my marketing. Every cent that I made in my part-time taxi driving was going into paying my membership to stay in the SFM, because I made early on in my decision, it became apparent to me that I had limited choices because of the lifestyle position that I was in, okay? And that was purely due to the fact that I was a taxi driver. And here in Australia, as a taxi driver, you don't get an hourly rate, okay? You get you need to get an ABN. You're a contractor, and you don't have any sick pay, holiday pay. You have no hourly rate. You have no superannuation. You have no insurances. It's all up to you. You need an ABN number. They contract you. And basically what happens up here in Brisbane is you go to a taxi depot or a taxi owner, you sign a contract to drive their taxi, you take their taxi out, and you're on a 50% split. So you take the taxi out, and it's up to you to get bums on seats. The more bums you get on your seat, the more times you turn on the meter, the more chance you have of making some sort of income, okay? Now that was really hard for me back then because I had to scale my taxi driving down from 7 days and split shifts and long graveyard shifts. So back then I used to do, like, on a New Year's Eve I would drive 24 to 26 hours straight. So I'd pick up a cab on the morning of New Year's Eve early, and I would go out and I would drive right through till, probably the end of New Year's Day sometimes. So I could drive to anywhere from 24 to 36 hours. Some of my shifts were 16 hours. Most of the time my shifts were 14 to 16 hours rather than 12 hours. And I mean, even though they brought in restraints and restrictions where cab drivers weren't supposed to drive any more than 12 hours, and they brought in these fancy computer systems to log us off and stop us from driving any more than 12 hours. Where there's a will, there's a way. And cab drivers like me who had to pay bills like rent and electricity and feed their families and feed their kids, we found a way around that computer system so we could continue to drive longer than 12 hours. It wasn't that hard to do. So, all of my money that I made was going into my monthly membership with the SFM. I didn't want to give up my education. I knew that these guys had things to teach me that could help me put my business that I already had on the map online. Because I already had a multi-level marketing business. I just didn't know how to build it. I didn't want to do it offline. I wanted to do it online. And that's what the SFM was going to do. And so I used the education to do that. But like I said, it was tough for me. Some Tuesday nights, I'd be lucky if I took a gross amount of $180. Right? Now, half of that, I had to pay half of that to the owner, which was $90. Then I got the other $90. Out of that $90, I had to take a third of it for GST. And I had to take a portion of it for pay-as-you-go tax. And I had to put that aside and put that away. Then if I wanted any workers' compensation and superannuation insurance, I would have to take some money out of that to put towards that payment. Usually, if you did all of that, any super and insurance, and your tax, once you'd done all that, you were left with around about $20 to $25 out of a $90 take. So you just worked 12 to 14 hours for $20 to $25. Not going to pay the rent for the roof over your head. Not going to pay my $97 a month membership. And living in Australia with the Australian dollar less than the pound and the US dollar, it was a lot more than $97 a month. It varied depending on the value of our currency over here. And that's just something that you had to accept and understand. The company still got their 97, but what came out of my account was a lot more than 97, if that makes sense, due to currency exchanges and stuff. But that's finance. You have to understand finance. And as you can see, I enjoy business. That's why I was doing a business diploma at the same time. So when I started blogging, I had to get myself out there somehow. I already had a Facebook page, had that before I even joined the SFM, and I already had a Twitter page, had that before I joined the SFM. Basically, all I did was I optimized my Facebook profile, not my Facebook page, but my Facebook profile, and I optimized my personal Facebook Twitter, my Twitter page, my Twitter profile. I optimized that for my SFM business, and I optimized my G+. And I started using those as a means of getting myself out there. Yes, I know my family and friends on my Facebook and Twitter could see what I was doing with the SFM. And yes, there were naysayers saying, oh, no, you're into another get-rich-quick scheme. You're in another scam. Because when I first joined the multi-level marketing company that I joined to promote the products, and the reason I joined that company was because those products had saved my life. They were a godsend to me. If I hadn't come across this company and their health products, I would be dead. Hands down, without a doubt. I'd be 6 foot under. Actually, I wouldn't even be 6 foot under. I'd be ashes scattered across the ocean, because it's always my dream to be cremated, not buried. Okay? So I wanted to be a distributor with this company, and I wanted to share the benefits of these products. I was passionate about aloe vera and these products. And when I joined it, my family said the same thing. Oh, no, it's a scam. You're into one of those, just like Amway. Rah, 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 rah. But I was used to a negative family. I grew up with a negative family. I was the black sheep in my family. There was 8 of us. I was in the middle. It was full of, my family was fueled by, drugs, alcohol, abuse, domestic violence, child rape, the whole kit and caboodle. You're right, we suffered it all, especially me, from the age of 5. So I was used to negative shit. I was used to seeing the goody two-shoes younger family members and older family members get all the pocket money and, and all the love. And I was always forgotten. I mean, heck, my parents went down to visit some people in a town that was, hundreds of kilometres away from where we lived. And my mum sent me down to the local shop to buy some milk for the people, her friends that we'd been visiting. They'd been drinking and getting tanked, we had to drive home that night. and this is how prevalent I was in my family. My family drove off without me. My brothers and sisters didn't say shit. They didn't say to mum that I wasn't back from getting the milk and I wasn't in the car. My family got almost home before they realised I wasn't in the car. Then they turned around and came back to get me. And I was the one who got into trouble. I got the belt. I got abused by mum and my parents and my other siblings all the way home because I was always the troublemaker. So people, negativity, everyone deals with negativity in your life. Do you hear what I'm saying to you here? If your family's not going to support you, well, screw your family. Don't involve your family. But, learn how to post things so your family don't see it. You can create lists. Did you know that? On Facebook. On Facebook and Twitter, you can create lists. And you can put your family into a specific list and you can limit what they see on your Facebook page. Simple as that. I've done it. I have a family member who just posts constantly. And I can go to that family member's page, and I have. And they post negative stuff about what I'm doing. And I've limited what they can see on my Facebook page. I haven't had to defriend them. I haven't had to block them. It's just a matter of learning your tools. Okay, now back to G+. You can do the same on G+, but you don't need friends. You don't have to have people in your circle. That's what I'm saying to you. You can sign up to G+, and you can make your first post, and it'll go public to the whole G+ network. So people who are interested can click on it, they can connect with you, because on G+, you don't have to have friends, you don't have to have fans, okay? And you can create a G+ profile by using your apps. When you install, let me go back to my homepage. This is, as you can see, this is my Gmail account. This is the Gmail, this is my default account, right? This is my head account. This is what I have my Google account under. For all my advertising, security, everything. This account, this email account runs everything in Google for me. It runs all my other emails. So I've got other email accounts. You can have as many email accounts as you want. I've got like about 7 more that I can add to this, but I've only had 3 open today. This one is a private paid email account. I pay $5 a month for this email account because it's a business email that's attached to my business that I built with the help of the SFM, my MLM business online, which is really successful. Okay, I've got over 6,000 fans on on my Facebook page, and I did most of that viewed through free forms of networking and things like that. And I can add them. I can add all my email accounts, and this is my default account. This is my head. You could say this is the mothership. This is what I run all my accounts off of. Okay. So I can just log into my mothership and not any other email account, or I can log out of my mothership and I can log into the other email accounts. They just don't do as much as this one. I have chat in this email account, so I can chat to people who are on G+, or who have Gmail. Okay, so when they're online, a little green dot like that will come up next to their profiles, and I'll know they're online, and I can chat to them. I can, email people. I've got this set up with folders, as you can see. So, different emails will go into different folders. So I know what I'm deleting and stuff like that. It looks disorganized to you, but it's organized to me. These are Google Apps. See this little staging here? This is Google Apps. In Google Apps, you can add things to Google Apps like your search. You can add Gmail. You can add maps. You can add your calendar. I love the Gmail calendar, the Google Calendar, because I have the Google Calendar synced to my SFM notifications extension. These are called extensions, Google extensions, and you can go and you can add Google extensions in settings or anywhere else. Okay, I have Google Play because I use that for things. I'm not going to go too much into these, but these are my favorite at the front here. And as you can see, I have my Google Plus extension, and I can click on that and go straight to Google Plus. But what I want to do, these are called Google Apps. You can add them at desktop level, laptop level, okay, and you should have them because they're quick ways to get around to your Google products. These are all Google products that you're seeing here. And there's more Google products. If you click on here, there's business apps and everything. They're all Google products that you can add, okay? Now what I want to do is I just want to go to the home button here. And this will take me to my Google home page. Okay, and as you can see, it has my default up here, the account that I've run the whole lot from. Now, when you're on the home page, you know, you should have your home button there in your browser. When you're on your home page here, you're not going to see a lot, but down here you're going to find out about advertising, business, about, and you can even get some help over here with your settings, how to use Google.com, you know, different things there to help. But as you can see, you know, my apps are here still. So, you know, even if I'm on my home page, I can open up my apps and I can click on G+, and that will take me to G+. And this is what G+ looks like, guys. Now, the great thing about G+ is you can have it hooked up to your website, and you should have it hooked up to your website. If you have G+ hooked up to your website, a G+ post like this with proper keywords in it will rank faster on page 1 of the Google search engines and other search engines. I've seen it in Internet Explorer as well when I've done a search for different things. I've seen G+ posts by people with the proper keywords in the search that I'm looking for show up in the search engines on page 1. So if you're blogging and you're trying to get yourself out there, the best place to put your blogs is in a post on your profile on G+. So when you come to G+, you have a home, okay? This is where you can see lots of things from lots of people. Now I can scroll through here, and I'm not necessarily following all these people, okay? But I can scroll through all of these and see what all the, you know, what's happening on the world of Google today, what people are posting. Okay, so there's a real animal trend today I can notice as I scroll through the posts, okay? And I can like any of these. I don't have to be a friend. You know, like if I wanted to like this post here, I can just click like right there. If I wanted to comment, I can, you know, I can click on the comment button here and I can comment. So, you know, I can like it, I can comment on it, I can share it. And if I click share, doesn't want to do it for me, making a liar of me. Okay, let's go further up. We'll go to the new posts. Okay, oh cool, look at that. We've got a Merry Christmas one, you know, sharing is caring community. So, you know, if you happen to like that, you know, you might want to click like on it. Okay, there you go, click like, and that's working. If you wanted to comment on it, you could just click comment and you could leave a comment. If you wanted to share it, you could click share. Alright? And then you get a choice. This is a great thing about G+. Facebook does not do this for you people. So I can now copy the link and I can send that link in an email to somebody going, did you see this G+ post? I can share this post on Facebook. I can share it on Twitter. Power of Google+. Okay, but I'm not going to share it. Now this is the new mobile friendly Google Plus profile. So, you know, get yourself just an account, just a standard account. Don't worry about business pages or anything else. Just set yourself up a standard profile on G Plus to get yourself going. Get your G Plus badge on your website. So with your social icons, make sure your G Plus profile is on your social icons. Now, to get your G Plus profile link, you don't want this link here because you're on the home, okay? You'll want your profile link. So you'll click on your profile and you'll go to your profile. This is my profile. As you can see, I have, you know, over 6,000 followers. So I've been pretty active on G Plus. You copy that link. So when you go to your profile, you click on your profile, you go to that link there and you copy that link there and you put that in your social icon, your G Plus social icon on your website. That way when people go to your website and they click on it, they'll come to your profile here. Now another thing with your profile, the great thing about G Plus is your about section. In your about section, and really I emphasize, fill this out. in here's what you can control that people see. Okay, so it opens up in a new page and I can scroll down. Okay, now you can put careers in here and you can make that publicly seen, or you can change that. If you want to edit that, you just click on the little pencil to edit. Okay, whenever you see a pencil, that means you click on it, you can edit things. So if I wanted to change the email account with this, which I don't, or I wanted to add an email account, I would click on this pencil here. Work history. Okay, I've got my MLM business here and I've got a link to the website. When I founded it back in 2012, I can edit that. Okay, now over on sites, you can add clickable links. Yay! Is that not fantastic or not, or what? Okay, so links, right? I've got a link to my personal website. So when people click on the About section and they'll see these links, they can click on that link and it'll open up my website. Okay, now I have recently moved this website and I have a lot of work to do with this website, but that's okay. I've still got some blog posts and stuff on there, so it's all right. And as you can see, social icons, here's my G Plus profile, which is the profile that we're on at the moment. Okay, but yeah, so people go straight to my blog post page and they can open up my blog post page, they can read more, so they can click on here, open it up, read more, or continue reading, and they can share it with the share buttons there. Okay, so that's one of my pages, one of my websites, and I was able to get to it, so a visitor is able to get to that website from my G Plus page. How beautiful is that? And because it's a link, it's being crawled by Google regularly. Okay, I have my other profiles here. I'm just going to shut down that page. So that's my personal website. Other profiles. I've got my Facebook profile here. So this is my Facebook business page hooked up to my business that SFM helped me build, my MLM business that I'm really passionate about. People click on this and look at that. It's going to take them straight into Facebook and take them straight to my business page on Facebook. How great is that? I mean, don't you think that's fantastic, guys? I mean, look at that. They're going straight to my page on Facebook. They can like it. They can check out my stuff. They can click more here. They can follow me. They can contact me here. But this is my Facebook page associated with my MLM business, based around the products that I really love to share and I really love to adore. Okay, and I want to share the benefits of those. So, and that's all from G Plus. That's from the About section, and it's not just me who can do that. You can do that if you find my profile on G Plus. If you find my profile on G Plus, type me in Sandra Lemming. You'll find me, and you go to my About section. You'll be able to do that too. You'll be able to click on my links, and you'll be able to go and visit my links and see how I've integrated all of my other stuff into my G Plus profile. And it may start to actually dawn on you how powerful this G Plus is. Okay, same as my aloe vera website. See, contributor 2. I've got my aloe vera blog. People click on that and it'll go to my other website. See, opens up my other website. How brilliant is that? And it's going to my blogging website, that I built to do my blogs on, to talk about the aloe vera, to talk about the business, my multi-level marketing business. And I did all of this with the tools in the SFM. I'm hosting this website on DBL. I built this website in the DBL. A lot of these pictures here, like my website banner, I did that up in Graphics Creator in the DBL. A lot of my sign-up forms, are from my Aweber, because I have Aweber. I set up Aweber. And in Aweber, I can not only run a list to my SFM business, I can run a list for my MLM aloe vera business that I'm really passionate about, So, get cracking, people. Don't be afraid to hook up G Plus. It's not that hard to understand. Here's another, Down Under Marketing. That's a group that I help run on Facebook, with my dear friend, Robbie Van Wout. For the Down Under New Zealand members, so people can click on that and go to our website. This is my SFM website, Marketing Made Easy. I share a lot of good tips on there. People can click on that and go to that. And this is where I talk about SFM and things like that, so anything I've got to do with SFM in here, like my link generator. you know, my domain in here in my link generator is exactly the same as my website. So, you know, they're just things you can do. So if I go to my domains here, you see my marketing website, independentmarketing.com.
Did you know that thousands of people have become self-teachers making their lives instead of
scroll down and pause that. So I built this website. This is for my SFM. Okay, this is how I promote my SFM. We'll just scroll that. I designed a sales page as my front page, and I designed this all myself. I used some of the sentences and catchy phrases and catchy words that I've seen on our SFM link generator pages. So, and I mean, I built this ages ago, but as you can see, you know, the domain that I have in here, it's not a .com, it's a .info, but it's independentmarketing.info. So I can generate domains now, links in the link generator. I can generate links in the link generator that look exactly the same as my website, and I can post those links in my blog posts, and they're very congruent with my website. Very congruent because it's the same name. Okay. You know, so, and then these are the things that you can do. You know, I mean, I know this doesn't look as fancy as the SFM sales pages and landing pages, but, you know, I even created a sign-in form from Aweber to put on the bottom of the page, and I can promote this page if I want. So, you know, and I am promoting the page on the About section here. Okay, now make sure you fill all of this in. You know, give your gender. You can hide your birth date if you don't want people to know your birth date. You can hide your location if you want. You know, if you feel that you want to open up your location, you can. There are so many things. You can put in here, you know, any information that you want. That information, see, independent distributor, founder at, you know, that will show up in different areas of your profile when you're posting things. You can do a banner. G Plus is a powerful tool to have. So fill in as much as you can in your introduction, because people click on these and they read about you, and they'll see, other people will see all of this. Okay, so, you know, be descriptive about yourself. Give yourself a good tagline. Don't make it too long a tagline or it won't show, because your tagline is this here, see? Live, love, and be healthy. So you don't want a huge tagline. Just something that can be seen there. And make sure you put your links in here. So if you are blogging on digital bloggers and that's all you don't have a website like me, like I'm quite advanced, but you don't have any websites, you just have digital bloggers in the SFM. Where will you put that? Go under links. Put it under links because it's your main link. You can always change it later. Or if you don't want to put it there, you put it under contributor. And you can put contributor to. And, you know, you'll put a link here. Make sure the link goes directly to your blog post on your digital bloggers. Alright, so don't put just a general digitalbloggers.com link there overall. Make sure you pick a specific blog post that has a call to action in it. So a blog post that you've done, that you've got a call to action in there that people can sign up to your promotion on the SFM. If you haven't got a call to action in a blog post, don't worry about it. Just get your blog post link here. Right? If you have a Facebook page, business page, put it here. I could put my Twitter profile here too if I wanted to. Not a problem. I could easily do that. So I could edit that and add my Twitter profile as well. But I don't need to, because I do all right with Twitter. I have it hooked up to Facebook anyway, so I have it hooked up to this Facebook page. All right. If you're building a website, even if you haven't finished building that website and it's your very first website, get that URL here. Because surprisingly enough, as pedantic as you may be thinking, oh, it's not finished, oh, I haven't done anything, people love to see how you grow. Now, how else can G Plus benefit you? Oh, let's get in to the nitty gritty of why you want G Plus. And this is like a webinar I'm doing for you guys, isn't it? So I'm going to show you this, all right? So why G Plus? Okay, say I wanted to advertise this page. Like say I wanted to promote this page. I haven't done any promoting on this page. I haven't shared this page. So I wanted to share this page here. What I can do is I can copy that link. Copy. I can go to my G+. I can go to and then click the little pencil because I want to add a post. And I can click here because this is a link, right? This is how you add a link. So I click here and I can add the link, so I can paste the link in there and I can check the link and I can, okay. And it's loading the link. Okay, so there, that's how it's going to look. I can change that image if I want. Particularly, I don't want to. It's got a little bit of information here. See, the SFM ticked all the boxes for me. And I'm going to put up here. Have you had a chance? Marketing made easy. Now, why am I doing that? Oops, I have hit the caps button. Geez, guys, you could have told me. And what else I'm going to do, I love this about G+, is I'm going to put that there. I'm going to bold this out like it's a headline, so it stands out. Then I'm going to unlock my caps and I'm going to continue. Help you in your business. Right, now this is one way you can promote yourself, and you don't need any followers, any fans or anything. You don't have to have, this can be your very first post on G+. You don't need anyone following you, and you make sure that you're posting it. Oops. You make sure you're posting it public. Another great thing about G+ is it has the same hashtag principle as Twitter. So only, anywhere from 1 to maximum of 4. You don't want to do, it's not Instagram. So don't put a shitload of hashtags there because you will just destroy anything, okay? Now think about it. A hashtag is a way for a person to open up a new page where they'll see not only your post, but other posts related to that hashtag. So make sure you use hashtags related to your post, okay? So this is related to marketing. So I'm going to hashtag this with marketing. And I'm not going to put any other hashtag there but marketing. And I'm going to post that. And I want to show you what this post looks like. Okay, now that should have posted. I might need to refresh the page. There's a post I did the other day. See how I bolded out these 3 words? I bolded out here and I bolded out here. You might have seen this in the community. Okay, I've had 3 people like that so far. No one's commented on it. Now, I can't see the likes here, but 3 people have liked it. And I know that because of the number 3 next to it. And they're 3 people who aren't even following me. They've just found this post. Now, my most recent post is not showing up, so I'm just going to refresh the page. These are my collections up here. I love collections. I'm not going to go into collections. I just want to show you the power of G+, okay? And I'm going to scroll down. Okay, and there's my post. And when people click on this, it goes to independentmarketing.com. How cool is that? And see, there's the words that I bolded out up there. There's a hashtag. So when people click on marketing, it opens up a new page, see? And it shows you anything that's been hashtagged marketing. So when you click on hashtags, it'll take you, right, there's hotel marketing, social marketing, hotel news, marketing. There's all these collections here that I can, and groups that I can join. So I can join content marketing and social media. And that's another thing I want to say to you, that there's groups. So there you go. There, I'm on the marketing tab. So everyone who's used a marketing tab, and I'm in some good company here, Web Design 499. Some good followers here like Brandon, and they've used the marketing tab. So anyone who clicks on the marketing tab, I'm going to show up on this page. It's a pretty snazzy page. Even Google Analytics is on this page. How's it go about that, eh? So if somebody's reading Google Analytics and they click on marketing and they come to this page, I'm on this page. I'm in good company. I've got my post in good company. How cool is that? That's pretty awesome. And it also gives me some ideas on marketing groups, communities. We don't call, well, they're not actually groups here, they're called communities, okay? So these are communities that I could go and join. Now, I've joined a couple of communities. So what I want to do is, if I wanted to share this in a community, I can click here and I can click on share on G+. And I've actually joined some communities. So instead of going public, I can find the communities that I'm a member of if I want. I can see more. Just let that load for a minute. Or I click down to the box, so it might shut it down in a minute. Now I've got a lot of tabs open, and when you have a lot of tabs open on your web, on any laptop, computer, desktop, whatever, you're using more bandwidth and you're using more data, so your internet is gonna slow down. Okay, so I'm in a community on tips on blogging and websites. Okay, now I can scroll down through all the communities I'm a member of. And I can find other communities that I can actually, if I want, post into. Like there's internet marketing here. I could post into that community if I wanted to. You must read, you must read the terms and conditions of the groups, the communities that you join. And only, you must follow. Please follow the terms and conditions of any community that you join or any Facebook group that you join. Otherwise, you're just going to get yourself into trouble. And you really don't want to do that. You're going to give yourself a bad name, basically, on that social network. And trust me, it spreads. It really, really does spread. It spreads quite quickly. So, go through your communities. You might, here you go, writers, authors, and blogs. So, I might go and I might share it there. So I'll click on that. I'll click that one. And I'll put it in discussions. And I will post it. I'll just post it. I don't need to add a status because it's got a status. I'll just post it. Now I'll go back to my profile. And I know this is a long video. Okay, now there it's telling me that I've shared it to this group. Now if I want to click on this group, this community. Now I'm in this community. There are 49,187 members in here. And as you can see, they're all posting blog posts. So if you're just starting out on Digital Bloggers and you come and set up a G+ profile and you join the writers, authors and bloggers community, you can now post in here as well. If you're posting a blog post, I would suggest that you put it under the blogs tab. If you're joining the community for the first time and they add you to the community, make sure you go to the welcome tab and say hello to everyone and introduce yourself. Give a little bit about yourself. But as you can see, I was sharing my website. I wasn't actually sharing a blog post. So, when people click on that, it goes to my whole website, not an actual blog post. But when they get to my website, they'll be able to click on my pages, any of my pages, like my blog page, and they'll be able to go and see all of my blog pages. and they'll be able to see the how-tos, you know, how to start a blog post, you know, different things there, how to share screencast-o-matic videos, you know, the latest, you know, one of the WordPress updates and what it was about, you know, changing your perspective on things, and they can go through and see older ones. And I've got 1 or 2 banners here that I have affiliate links to. Obviously, you know, this is the graphics creator. You know, this is where I buy my domains from. I've got an affiliate link with those guys. Yeah, this goes into, you know, the SFM. They can get their video series, so it goes to a list of mine. Yeah, I've got my Facebook page listed here as well that people can, you know, go to and check out. Oh, they can check it out right here, and you know, they can click like on that and, you know, comment on it, things like that. You know, great little addition in the widget bar there. And I've got a subscribe here, so if people want to subscribe, they can subscribe. They can click on the dates in the calendar. It'll take them to the blog post of that date. I've got the list and the, you know, the free gift banner here. So I've got 1 or 2 things here to give away to people. I've also got my resources page. I've got other pages, you know, about privacy, contact, you know, get started. But you know, this is the value that I offer. How-to videos, you know, different tools that I use to help make my life easier, that may help you have an easier life. You know, adding perspective to your marketing. So I'm going to sign off very shortly because I've been with you for about an hour. I just want to show you one more thing on G+. So to get back, if you've gone to a community, visited a community, and you've asked to join that community, and you want to get back to your profile, you should, up in the left hand side, you should see G+, and you should see these little lines here. You just click on that and you can go home and see what everyone's doing, or you can go to people, or you can go to profile, go back to your profile. Okay, now as I said, this is the mobile, this is the new G+. It's supposed to be new build. It's getting geared up, ready for mobile phones to make it quicker and more efficient and more effective on mobile phones. Okay, and the G+ collections is a great place. If you have an album of photos, you can create a collection for your photos, and you can write a story for each one of your little photos, and you can keep them in a collection. As you can see, I've got a family collection. That's a private collection, only I can see that. You know, my other 3 collections are public. Another great thing about G+ is you can host your videos on G+. Did you know that? You can host your videos on G+. Yes, I just said that. You can host your videos on G+. So, you know, so you don't need YouTube if you don't want to. Now, if you don't like this layout on G+, down in the bottom here, you've got back to classic G+. And you can click on back to classic, and you can go to back to classic, and you can go back to the old style G+. Now, that's my favorite style of G+. I love the old style G+. A lot of people like the new style. I love the old style. The old style, I love the old style because it has, you know, it has my tabs along here that people can see as well if they're using the old style. It has the old posting box, so I can create a poll, I can create an event, I can target people, you know, so if I wanted to put anything in there and all, I can target people with what I post in there, you know, and I can do all sorts of things basically. If I wanted to add a video, I can click here and I can add a video. So if I wanted to click here, I'll just let that finish loading for a moment. It takes longer to load classic because it's the older style of G+. It's a little bit more clunky than the new one, but that's okay. I'll close down an extra tab up here that I don't need, and I can click on video, and I can actually upload a video straight here. So as you can see here, it gives me options. I can go to YouTube and I can just put the YouTube video in here. I can go to my YouTube videos because I've got my YouTube channel hooked up to this. I can enter a URL, or I can upload a video directly from my computer. So I can host a video. I can directly upload, just like you do on Facebook, people. Just like you do on Facebook, people go, oh, the Facebook upload their videos straight to Facebook is fantastic. Oh, it's great, rada, rada, rada. But did you know that G Plus had that feature a long time before Facebook had it? Facebook stole the idea from G Plus. You know, Facebook Live, that's just an adaptation of Google Hangouts. We've been doing Google Hangouts for years before Facebook came up with Facebook Live. So don't think Facebook is the bee's knees and everything they do is groundbreaking. It's not. It's all been done by Google before. It's just Facebook has adapted it to their own platform. And the worst sucky thing about Facebook is you have to have friends for them to see anything. And the business pages on Facebook, you virtually do have to advertise every post you put on there if you want to get reach. If you want people to see your post on Facebook, you have to advertise. G Plus, you don't. So I could go through these videos, and if I wanted to, I could upload one of these videos. Now I'm not going to upload any of those videos, basically because they're not really appropriate for what I want to do. I might open this and see if there's a video here, but I doubt it. It takes a little while. So, you know, I might be able to upload something like this here. I'd have to check. But as you can see, you get my point. All my videos that I have here, like this Facebook tips video here, I could upload that directly to my G Plus page. Not a problem. Easy as peasy. So, you know, that's the beauty of G Plus. You can host your videos on G Plus. Now, I'm going to cancel that. You don't have to. I can particularly tag someone in a post. So let's just say I wanted to wish somebody a Merry Christmas. I could add a picture if I wanted to. So I could go to here, to my photos. I can upload from my my Google Plus photos. I'm going to go in there, have a look, see what I've got. That's my private album, my family. Let me see. Okay, let's just pick this this post here. I'm going to add this photo here. Yep, that's the one I want to add. So I'm going to add that. Okay, and I'm just going to put, I know you love Minions. Thought you would like this one. And I'm not gonna hashtag it because I'm sharing it privately just with one person. Okay, now I can fix this image up here if I wanted to. I could crop it. I can add my own writing to it. So if it was a plain image, I could add text. I can spin it around if I want to turn it around, if I want to rotate it, and I can fix it or put auto enhance on if I want. Don't really want to. Now I want to share it with a specific person, so I'm going to clear public. I can, you know, I have circles. I can choose a circle if I wanted to. I can disable comments. I want to disable comments. I can disable reshares. So if I don't want somebody to reshare something, I can disable the reshares and I can disable the comments. I can choose a specific person here, like this. You know, and you know, or you know, easy. So I can just specifically share it with someone. So I'm just going to click this person here because I know they like Minions. Or I can share it with a circle. I can share it with friends. I can share it with family, acquaintances, following, new, more. You know, I can do Gmail. And I'm just going to do this one person here and one other person that I know really likes this. I'm going to share it with Robbie because he'll like it as well. And I'm going to share it with another friend of mine that I know likes Minions. There we go. Done. Okay, so now I'm sharing it with specifically 3 people. So only these 3 people will see this. Click share. I'm almost at my hour. There we go. And as you can see, it says shared privately, which means the general public can't see this post on my page. I can see it on my page, but the general public cannot see it on my page. Only the people that I have actually shared this with can see this. Okay? You know, and we can like it and we can comment to each other. You know, I can leave them a comment, they can leave me a comment, and only us 3 people will see this. So that's what it means when it says shared privately. When you specifically target a circle, so that's what I'm talking about. You know, when you create your circles, when you add people to your circles, you find people to add, or you connect with people on G+, set up your circle names so you can target them. So if you're, you know, if you meet people who are interested in, say, internet marketing, have a circle that says internet marketing and put the people who are interested in internet marketing in that circle. And then that way, anything you share from the SFM, you can share on that into that particular circle. So like, if I was to go here to my SFM and I was to go to my link generator here, I have a post, right? I've created a post here, Google Plus post, and I can take the title URL if I want. Does the same thing, and I'm going to copy that and I'm going to go to G+, and I'm going to put it in the link here, and I'm going to post it here. Now I can choose who I want to share. I can share it with a single solitary person, I can share it with just myself, I can share it with the general public, or I can specifically target a circle. So if I look at more here, it should open up all my circles. I can share this with Down Under SFM if I wanted to. I can share it with SFM DEA entrepreneurs. So I can share it into that circle, and only that circle of people, once I, you know, select them, select this circle. So I've selected them all and I click done. So now only that group of people is going to see this. And I can put anything I want up here. I can put, you know, don't miss your opportunity. Actually, I don't like the word opportunity. Don't miss your chance to check out our business. Should cap that business, education, online, community. And I'm gonna put an asterisk there and an asterisk there, and I'm going to take the caps off. Free for 30 days. And I'm going to put a hashtag, and I'm going to put marketing. Actually, I'm not even going to worry about the hashtag because I'm sharing it privately to a specific community. And as you can see that's a link from my link generator. So I'm in the back office. Did you see that? Advertising link. That's my link generator, Google Plus. Title URL, I've copied the link. Gone over here, I put in the link like I showed you. See, that's the picture that's popped up. I can change the picture if I want. I can scroll through the pictures, but I rather like that. And I've chosen a circle. I've chosen a specific group of people that I've been collecting in what's called a circle on G+. So 75 people are going to see this. I know you think that's not many, but you know, so 75 people I want to see this. Okay, some of them are SFM members. I want them to see this so they can see the power of G+. I'm going to click share. And there you go. I've shared that privately. I can now reshare, do another share, and share it publicly if I want. But look at the power of G+. and I can click like on that. I can comment with people. I can talk to people. If I want to share that publicly, and I use business education online community, or I just use business education, because business startup, or I put business startup there. If I use proper keywords and associate them with this landing page, find the keywords in this landing page, you know, online business startup, put online business startup in my status here, this particular post will share on page 1 of Google when people are searching for a business startup, you know, online business startup. They'll find that there. So anyway, I'm going to sign off, and you know, these are little notification icons that tell me what's going on. Have you had a chance? So somebody in the group has clicked like on my post that I posted in the group. Isn't that great? So I can click on that. See, it's in the writers, authors, and bloggers group. Somebody's clicked like on it. So just, you know, wording your status, being social, being engaging, and you know, and somebody's clicked like on that. Now it won't show to me because I'm not connected with that person in circles, but it did show in my notifications that this person here clicked like on it, so I can find that person and I can go and, you know, add them to my circles or start engaging with them, thank them, do whatever I want to do. Okay, and even though I've only got 6,805 followers, I've had 513,000 views on my profile. So get yourselves a G+ profile set up. Okay, now the other great thing about having a G+ profile, and I'm just going to close some of this stuff down, but you know, you saw the power of that, didn't you? That's one of my link generator links. So if you're going through module 3 and you're trying to make the leap and go, what the hell is this domain name, you know, your advertising link thing? Okay, you purchase a domain name in the DBL or from somewhere else, but you host it in the DBL. You then add your domain name to My Domains in your back office. You then wait 24 hours for that to integrate. You do not put email on it. You do not put a website on it. You don't do anything with that domain. Just let it propagate into the system. So once you purchase it, wait a lot of time, then add it to your system on your My Domains page. Add it in there, and then give it time to integrate into your SFM dashboard, 24 hours, and it'll show up here. And basically what you'll do is exactly what I did for this link here. Okay, and I'll show you how I did that. I chose independent marketing. That's my domain name that I put on my domain names page. I chose the list that I wanted it to go into. If you don't have a list in Aweber, don't worry about it. That's fine. You don't have to have a list. You know, that's quite fine. So you know, if you don't have a list, I'll just, you know, but I chose a list, and then tracking. I chose, you know, I chose what I wanted to do, free trial. And I chose, you know, I don't have to choose one, but you know, I can. So I'll go, you know, that one there, I think was the one I chose. And then in here, I put the tracking. So as you can see, it's Google+. So basically in here, all I put was Google+. And then I clicked generate link. So if I wanted to create this link for Facebook and share it on a Facebook page, or just on my Facebook profile, I would put Facebook profile post. There you go. And then when I click that and generate that, it would create an advertising link that I could use for Facebook. So, and I'll generate that because I can delete it. So I'll generate that. There we go. That's going to generate. So, you know, then I can either copy the, you know, the title URL or the whole link. But as you can see Facebook profile post. Easy. And that's what I did with this one for the Google+. But the power of Google+, you know, is if this was a public post, I could share this. So if I wanted to share this post, I could click share and share it publicly. See? And I can add a status there if I want to, or I can just click share. But I don't want to do that, so I'm going to cancel that because I've already done that. And if you click this little down arrow next to here, you can collect this post in your collection. So if you've got a collection, you can add it to one of your collections as well. So if you're running a specific SFM collection, or you have a name of your business, and you say, I wanted to call a collection, independentmarketing.com, or independent marketing, or marketing made easy. I could add this post to that collection, and I could make that collection, I could create a collection, create a new collection, and I could make that collection public, and people could go into that collection and see all the collections I'd put in there. So I put this collection, I put that one in there, this one in there, things like that. But there's the power of G Plus for you. You can even these things, you can, with your posts here, you can even click here, you can even get the link to the post. You can mute posts. So if you're seeing posts that you don't like, you can mute them. So you can get the link to the post. I can copy that link, I can put it in an email, I can share that link in a blog post on one of my websites. I can even use that link to actually share the whole post, the whole G Plus post, on a website. So if I click here, and I can pin post, I can view the post activity, I can get the embed. As long as it's a public post, you can share it on your website. I can get this embed code, I can copy this, so I can right click on this and I can copy that embed code. I can go to my website and I can place that embed code the same way I'd place a video embed code on my website, and I can publish it. I can do it in a blog post or whatever, and that is what would show up on my website. That whole post would show up on my website, and people could actually like it, share it, comment on it, all from my website. So that's the power of G+. I'm going to sign off now because I've been doing this webinar for you for over an hour. I hope you get some value from it. I hope I didn't ramble too much for you. The other one more benefit I want to share with you. Sorry about this, but I'm going to close that down. One more benefit is when you're commenting, and I suggest you comment. So I've shared this link in our community here for you to read, and you'll find the post here, or you can go into links and find the post. But I commented on this blog post just here. Now I put my comment in here, and I put post comment, and I chose who I wanted to post the comment as. Now I already have a live fire account set up. You can set one up for the first time if you want, straight in the posting here, but I chose to post with G+. So basically when people scroll over this and they click on my name, so I set up my profile in Livefire with my G+, and they come to my profile. So this is like not me, if you come to this, if you're in the community and you click here and you come to this comment section, you see my name here. You may not see it because they may not have moderated this yet. They're going to have to moderate it. So they're going to have to clear my comment. Basically, the author, the moderator of this website is going to have to come along and moderate. So they're going to have to say, yes, my post can go up. But if my post has gone up, when you come here, if my post has gone up, click on my name. It'll take you to my profile, another profile I've set up with some information about myself. There you go, a link to my aloe vera MLM business and my Sandra Lemming, my personal website, and different posts that I've made around the place. And it's also, it will take you to my G+ profile, my LinkedIn profile, my Twitter profile, and my Facebook profile. See how cool that is by making yourself known? This is the power of the internet, people. Right? So I'm not even, I'm not even friends with these guys. I'm not connected to this website at all. I just found this blog post this morning and thought, well, that would be really cool. And I shared it to my community in the SFM, my group. I shared it to the group that I built in the SFM because I thought it would be beneficial. It's a great read. It explains to you how to use G+, the benefits of G+, communities versus collections, all of that sort of stuff. And I just thought, well, that was really great. I'm going to leave these guys a comment to let them know that I loved their article. And you should do that. When you're on the internet and you're on somebody's website, make sure you leave a comment, a good quality comment. Even if the article wasn't any good, it's best to say nothing bad, you may be able to make some suggestions. So if you come across somebody's post on the internet and you feel it was a bit lame or a bit light on, make a suggestion on how they could, make that blog post better. Maybe it has no images or something. I don't know, but make a good quality suggestion. Don't tear somebody down, because it will come back to bite you on the ass, I guarantee it. So, and if you like it, comment on it. Even if it's not an SFM member, even if it's not Stuart, or it's not Jay, or it's not anyone else in the SFM, it's a completely third party, people who wouldn't even know the SFM. Make sure you click on it if you like it and comment. And make sure you choose a good way to comment. If they're using Livefire like these guys, create an account. If you don't have an account, create an account. And do it through Facebook or Twitter or whatever you have. Make sure you do it. Make sure when you create the account, you create your account and you make sure you add your links to your digital bloggers blog post or your Facebook page or your website. Make sure you put in some information there and set this up so that when other readers see my comments, so when all these people who have commented down here, I can click on any one of these people and go and see who they are and see where they commented from. So, this person here, I can click on her name, right? Takes me to her Livefire profile. And she hasn't added a bio. She's done nothing. So I don't know too much about it. She's just, she's got Facebook. There you go. She's used Facebook. So I could probably click on Facebook and go and see her in Facebook. Close a bit of that off. Okay, so it's not available right now. So she might have a very private profile. So, she's losing if she was a business person, she's losing the benefit of using somebody else's website. Okay. Who's this guy here? Let's have a look at him. See what he has. Okay, he's the same. He hasn't done much with his profile. I don't have very good examples here to show you, do I? I could probably scroll through all the comments, but have a go yourself. You can, this comment here, Google Plus full of geeks. No, it's not. And the reason why these people use Livefire is you can like comments, you can reply to comments, so you can vote them, you can red flag it, you can do lots of things, you can vote it up and down and whatnot. So this person's come in as anonymous, ha ha ha, funny fun, funny ha ha, anonymous instead of anonymous. So you got some people with some good senses of humour. This person is a moderator, obviously, by the looks of things. Daryl. So let's see what Daryl looks like. Let's see if Daryl has a good profile. There we go. Daryl has 221 comments. He's got his website link in there. He's got other links in there, insights and stuff. So I can see a little bit about this fella. I can 15 likes received. I can read the comments and stuff that he's made. See? So that's the benefit of, getting yourself past your fear factor, past your fear zone, using G+, as your ultimate tool of getting yourself out there. Lots of communities here where people post a lot of blogs and stuff. They're not necessarily SFM members, but once you join the SFM, that's not your life. The SFM is not just your life. You have other interests, surely. My passion is aloe vera, the plant, and the benefits, the health benefits that this plant has, and the fact that there's an MLM company that I was able to, align myself with, who sells aloe vera products that promote good health. You might knit, you might be a photographer, a budding photographer. You might be into music, playing guitar. You might have a passion for something else. It could be anything. But there are other interests you have. So it's beneficial to find other websites that where people are writing articles about things that you're interested in and commenting. make sure you comment. Make sure, you know, even if it's a standard WordPress website and as you're commenting, it asks you for your email and your website, right? Your URL. Use a blog post URL if you do not have a website, or use the domain name that you used in the SFM. So, you know, independentmarketing.info, I could use that URL in things that I'm commenting on. And when people go to that URL, now this will go to my my sales page, obviously. But if I just copy that, right, just use this URL. I'm going to close that down. Stop it from loading. So use your domain URL, the one that you've got for your link generator, because if you've filled in your profile properly on your SFM dashboard, this is what will happen. Or if you've put some information on it and you use this URL in comments around the internet, people will click on that URL. There you go. They go to your about page from your SFM that we created for you. So if you have social networks, add your social icon networks. You know, I've got Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook there. Make sure you create a link in the link generator and add it to your website section. So in your SFM profile where it asks for websites, put this link here and make sure you create a landing page link with it and put that there as well, because then you'll have a button. So say the only website I have is this one here, and I want to comment on other people's blog posts. So I take this and I use this as my website, my URL. So I'm commenting on a blog post, it asks me for my email and my URL, I put that URL in there, that shows up with my name, people click on my name, they come here. And I filled out my profile properly, I've given some information about who I am, you know, and you know, some other links to different things that people can copy and post, you know, and I filled in some activities and things I enjoy here. I could fill that out more if I wanted to. But the great thing about it is if they want to see what I'm into, they want to meet my mentors, they can click on here, they can meet my mentors, and it goes to my affiliate landing page for the free trial. Now I could put in another landing page there if I wanted to. But there you go, it goes straight to free trial. So that's how you get yourself out there for free, people. So get past your fear factor, write down, watch this video as often as you need to, and start promoting yourself. That's how you can promote yourself for free. So in module 3, you can do your my domain name page. So you can do your domain that you're going to use for your advertising link in your link generator, and you can add it to your system, right? Get it integrated into your system, and then you can use that, go out, get out there in the world. If you don't have social media, get out into the world of the internet and start commenting on people's blog posts. So find blog posts to comment on. You know, go to Stuart Ross's page, comment on one of his blog posts. Here we go. You know, Stuart Ross is easy to find. I'm going to close that down. I'm going to close that down. Or just type in a search term, right? If you want to learn what marketing is, just type in a search term. Go, what is marketing? Click search. Okay, there's what is marketing. Okay, this will be a dictionary. This looks like it might be a blog post. What is marketing definitions? 72 definitions. That's a blog post. So you know, you could go to any one of these. You could check it out. We'll check out Heidi Cohen. See what hers is like. That's from 2011. It's old. It's probably not worth commenting on, but you know, now look at that. You know, it's not. She's tried to do like a news type website. She hasn't done any posting. I mean, we could go to home, I guess. It's a bit slow to load, but yet, you know, there you go. You know, that's pretty much all all she's done. But when Stuart Ross says leverage him, this is what he means. Okay? Don't tell him I told you this. I think that's it. When Stuart says leverage him if you want to, if you must. Type in his name. There's a few of them. Go to Facebook. Go to his Facebook fan pages. Comment on his Facebook fan pages. Follow him on LinkedIn. Here's his website. Okay? Click on his website. Go to his website. This is what he means by leveraging him. Okay? Now, not only SFM people find Stuart Ross's website. Stuart Ross is a very savvy marketer. He has been doing this for a long time. He knows his shit. His website ranks really well for particular search terms. If you're brand new and you haven't even finished module 3 yet, you've only just got your domain name hooked up as your advertising link, and you haven't even got G Plus up and running, and you're trying to promote yourself, but you've got your profile. Make sure you've got your profile page filled in first, though. Okay, so do your SFM profile. Try and get this done. Get yourself sorted out. Get module 3 finished. Right? When you're reading when you're learning about marketing in module 4, which will talk a lot about paid marketing, whilst you're going through that module, you've got your system set up. Make sure your system's set up properly. Come to Stuart Ross's website. Have a look at it. Go to posts. I dare you. Go to posts. Now remember, I've got tabs open, I've got a recording machine running, so I'm using a shitload of my data at the moment, so it will seem like it's loading slow. Okay. It just will, but I might close down G+. Just to try and give myself a little bit more power. But come to his website, read the mission that he has. Read more about Stuart. Get to know one of your founders. Do the same with Jake Hubersack. And get to know what these people are really about. Have a look at their websites. Take some inspiration. Don't copy their websites. I'm not saying copy their websites. So take some inspiration from their websites. Okay, let them inspire you. If they have a catchphrase there, maybe you can work that catchphrase into something that you're doing. Or if they're using particular words that you like, maybe you can jot those words down and think about how you could use those in your marketing and whatnot that you're doing. Okay, so I'm finally loading the posts, and I do apologise for my slow internet because this has gone for such a long time, and it's not your fault. I just need to find better internet in Australia, so to speak. Okay, so here we go. Right, how to make money online. Okay, that's one blog post. Secure your future in a digital world. Okay, so you could click on this. He posted it just December the 1st. Okay, there's no comments on this blog post, right? None, right? I don't know why it's been posted in uncategorized. Personally, if this was my website, I would prefer to have this blog post posted in a particular category. But that's just me, and that's how I set up my my website, although it is a video blog. So there obviously is, this is obviously a video. He's obviously talking on video about how to secure your future in a digital world. And as you can see with a video blog, it doesn't have to be as big as a written blog. So you might not want to actually write. You may not be a good writer, but you may be a good talker, and you may I'll do videos. So do just like Stuart's done here. Do a video, talk in the video, and then just put a little bit of an explanation underneath, or a little bit of information underneath. Everyone is talking about how artificial intelligence and technology is replacing jobs. But most people don't realize how simple it is to be, how simple it has become to profit from all the new opportunities. And it's true, right? It is very true. And then there's the call to action. Look at that right there. Boom. That's call to action. People click on that, they can sign up. Okay. So you can listen to the video, right? And then you can read that little bit. I'm not going to listen to the video because I'm trying to save you time. Here I can comment, right? And I can put, so true. For every labor intensive job replaced by technology, can't spell, for a comma, new positions, new jobs, we'll put new jobs. Run the technology. We'll make sure that's spelt right. Okay, it's all about being willing to adapt and change. There we go. Alright, I'm going to put that there. This is what Stuart means by leverage, and I'm going to leverage him right now. I'm going to put my name here, my full name, because my name is searchable on Google. Okay, my email. What email will I put here? I will put my main email. Alright, website. Guess what I'm going to put here? Look at that. I'm going to use that, and I'm going to submit that comment. Now, I don't know if somebody is actually reading these comments and authorizing them on his website. I dare say somebody would be overseeing that to control, because there are trolls out there. They're bad marketers. Okay, they've never really learnt how we do things with the SFM, so they just go out and spam their links. So in this comment box, they just post their link and bang. Robots do it and stuff like that. So, but then again, on this website there may be actual plugins and tools to actually prevent that from happening. But as you can see, there's my reply. Okay, so now he has one comment on his website, and I've just leveraged Stuart Ross. Why have I leveraged Stuart Ross? Because whenever anyone else lands on this particular blog post, reads it, comes down to the comment section, they get a picture of me. They get my name. They can Google my name. How great is that? So they can Google my name if they want, and they can actually click on my name. And look at that. Boom! I've just used Stuart Ross as a springboard to my about page, my domain name that I've set up to use for the link generator. And because I've done my SFM profile page correctly, I've got some great information and a great picture and some great links on there about myself. I've just used Stuart Ross to take people off of Stuart Ross's page onto a page all about me. So as you can see, his website is gone. We're now with me. Now, unless they know to click back and go back to his website, they're, not many people know to do that. So if you're on a website and you click on something and it takes you off the page that you're on, just click your back arrow and you can get back to where you were. So I'm back on his website, but not many people know how to do that. But how's that, right? Stuart Ross, ranking very well in the ranking stakes for certain keywords on the internet, on Google. A reasonably fresh blog post that he put up on December the 1st, 2016. Great thing is it's a video blog, so a lot of video people are going to come here and watch the video and stuff. And what have I done? I've taken the opportunity. I've gotten past my fear factor and I've gone boom. Okay, I want to be first spot, first comment. I've made a nice comment. I put my opinion there on the changes to the digital economy. My comment is relevant to the blog post. It's got my picture here because I've used my salflp65@gmail.com. Remember my email address? Here, my email, my main email to my main Google accounts. Okay, in my Gmail, I have my image as being this image here. Right, so that's where it's pulled the image of me from, my Gmail account. Fantastic. And remember, I added my domain name URL, the domain name that I've used in the SFM. I added that in the comments section when I was filling out the comments down here, and it asked me for my name, my email, and my website. I use that domain name that I'm using for the link generator. Okay, so there's several ways you can use that domain, and there's several things you can do to get yourself out there before you even do any paid marketing. So boom, people click on that. Oh wow, look at that. No more Stuart Ross and all about Sandra Lemon. I like that. You know, you've got to be chuffed and impressed about that. Even Stuart would be chuffed and impressed that somebody bothered to take the time to leverage him and figure out how to do that. So, you know, get to grips with your system. When you're in your SFM, get your system set up, get G Plus set up. It's a free way of promoting yourself. You know, use your Gmail and your G Plus system. Use Google. Use the power of Google to get all of this happening and coming together. Because if you use your name, you use your picture, you use the same picture, and you set up a profile on G Plus, and it's linked to your main G Plus email, and you want to use the email, the Gmail email that you're using for the SFM. That's the one that you want to create your G Plus profile off of, because off of a profile you can create as many business pages as you want. So you want to use the Gmail that you're using for the SFM. If you haven't set up a Gmail for your SFM account yet, well, you know, go out, set up a Gmail, and, you know, change your SFM email over to your Gmail. I know a lot of people have created a business email in Digital Business Lounge, and they've swapped out their Gmail in their SFM account for their business email. Don't know why you did that, to be quite honest. Got no idea. Because you're taking the power of Google away from yourself. You know, the only email you want to be concerned with is creating a good quality email for your SFM account. Now, you've seen mine. Mine's not that great. It's salflp65@gmail.com, right? It's not a fantastic, earth-breaking decipher for a Gmail. It was just short, right? It was Sal, FLP, my MLM, 65. It's the year I was born, right? Nothing groundbreaking about it. But I used that to sign up with the SFM, and I kept it. I did not change it because I didn't want to screw things up, right? I don't like being pedantic and perfect. And, you know, as I'm doing things, I'm like, even though I learnt more and I thought, oh, well, I could have done that better. I don't go and change it just because, you know, it's not good enough for me. It's like, I'm out here, I'm like this, I'm recognizable on Google because I didn't go chopping and changing everything all the time. That's like rebranding yourself. You know, I set up a Gmail account before I even joined the SFM, a personal profile off of this email address. I use that personal profile for my SFM and my other businesses. I didn't go and change it because I didn't like the email. I didn't go and change it because I didn't like the name. I just used it. And because I stuck with things and I branded myself and I didn't go changing all my branding, Google knows who I am. You can type my name into Google. Search me on Google. I don't care. Go give me a search. You know, if you have G+, I'll pop up in the side banner here. You know, I'm linked to the Down Under Marketing website. You know, that's how powerful having my name connected to you is. You know, I'm just like Stuart Ross. You know, so, you know, we got down to marketing first up there, right? Bang. My Facebook profile is there. Of course, my G Plus profile takes precedence over here. You know, my About Me. I have an About Me page. It's like a business card thing. I learned how to do that when I first joined the SFM. That was one thing we were told to do to get ourselves out there and syndicate ourselves. Okay, so you can go and have a look at that. You'll see my pictures. Look, my pictures are showing up here. Some of my other pictures that I've shared have shown up here. Stuart Ross is there because I'm connected with Stuart Ross. Woohoo! Look at that, you know. There's my personal website. You know, my official SFM profile is there. Right, that's my official profile page. Oh dear, I didn't want to do that, but I'll go back. It's all right. Okay, this is the profile page. This is my official profile page that I filled out. You know, that we use to generate that about page to go with your domain name for your link generator. This is where all that information came from. You know, I've filled it out as best I can, as extensively as I can. I've put in links in there. You know, I could add some more interests and things in there. You know, a little bit of information about me. You know, there's a landing page on there. You know, this is the benefit of branding. This is how easy it is to brand yourself. I'm in True Local. I've got an ad in True Local. You know, I'm on LinkedIn. You know, I've got a video. There's my YouTube channel. When I got my business diploma, when I graduated and got my business diploma. You know, this Sandra Lemming here is a doctor. That's not me. So don't click on that, will you? And there you go. I've got some G Plus posts in there as well. So, you know, Google me if you want. Have a look at what comes up. A bit more of me will come up on my computer because it is me, and, you know, I've got cookies on different things I've gone to about myself and stuff. But if you Google me, like if you type in my name and Google me, you'll find a few things about me as well. You know, you'll either find my G Plus profile, some pictures of me, and if you click on those, they'll take you to places of me. So if you scroll over these, you know, you'll see about me. You know, so this different things about me will come up, and you'll be able to go and visit them and have a look at them and see. But that's the power of G Plus, and that's the power of not being perfect. Don't be a perfectionist. Don't just go willy-nilly, set something up and then change it. It's not worth it. You know, you're trying to get yourself out there. The easiest way to get yourself out there, you've got to use free ways of promoting yourself. So use them. G Plus is one of the best free promotion tools you can have. Honestly, because if you set up a G Plus profile, there is so much you can share on that G Plus profile, and you can connect your Gmail account to your profile. You can connect your websites to your profile, as you've seen in my profile in the About section. You can do so much with your profile. So, you know, get out there and take some of these tips, do what I said, and like I said, leverage Stuart Ross. If you don't know where to go to put a blog post up, and the only domain you've got is the domain that you've got linked to the link generator, make sure you filter out your About profile properly so it shows up and looks good like this. You've got a good picture, you know, nice and clear. You've got your Meet My Mentors, you've got your social links there if you've got any there. If you haven't, put as much information in here as you can. You know, create a link in the link generator so you get Meet My Mentors, so you've at least got a landing page on there. Then copy that domain name and go to Stuart Ross's blog post or Jay Kubasak's blog post and leave a comment and do just what I did. Use that URL in the website section. Use your domain that you're using for your link generator right there. Use your Gmail. Make sure you set up your Gmail properly and you've got your picture in your Gmail just like I have. So, you know, when you have your comment posted, an image comes up. You know, so, and use your URL and your proper name, so that way when people click on that, it goes to you. If you're branding a business and you started to brand a business from the get-go, make sure you have a Gmail account that has that business name with it. Don't worry about the professional side of things. That's for another side of things, okay? You don't want the professional email at the moment. You want a Gmail with your business name, or as close to your business name as you can get. So my independentmarketing.com, independentmarketing.info, I also have an independent marketing Gmail at gmail.com. email as well. So I could brand all of this with independent marketing if I wanted to. So if I had wanted to, in the Gmail here, I could have used independentmarketing@gmail.com, and I could have had that independent marketing picture there. Okay, and I could have put independent marketing here, and so it would have said independent marketing. It would have had the picture from my independent marketing Gmail account, and it would have had this domain here. So this picture would have been the picture from my independent marketing Gmail account, and this, when people clicked on this, like seeing this here, it would have said independent marketing. When they clicked on that, it would go to the about page, about me. You know, and you can change your name in the SFM. I could change that to independent marketing if I wanted to, okay? But I chose to brand myself as a person. The reason I chose to do that on G Plus and Facebook and everywhere else on the internet, and chose to brand myself as a person, was because as a person I can run as many offshoot businesses as I want. So I've got independentmarketing.com website. I've got a personal website for Sandra Lemming. I've got my one-stop aloe shop business. I've got a couple of other businesses that run all underneath my name. So it doesn't matter what business I run, because I've built my name up and I'm a personality and people know they can trust me, they can reach out, they can talk to me. Any business that they click on, they find my name, Sandra Lemming. And that's, you know, that's a trusted name. So any business I start and I put Sandra Lemming 2, people trust that. So my online integrity as who I am means a lot to me. So, you know, I don't get involved in trolley shit fights and all that sort of stuff. I tend to ignore a lot of that. I don't let it upset me. I don't let it bug me. I'll either delete it or I'll just leave it there. I don't really care. You know, I know who I am. I know my integrity. I know my respect level, and that's what matters to me. And I keep that, and I stand true to my word. And that's, you know, and that's how I built my brand. But, you know, if you're too scared to build yourself up personally, you may have to find a business brand and use that the same way I use Sandra Lemming. So, you know, that's another conversation altogether. Well, I've gone well over my 1 hour for this webinar that I wanted to do for you. I'm going to now render this video. I'll upload this video into the community here. If you have any questions about G+, please put them in here. Use the community, talk to other people, check your updates, you know, get yourself engaging, get into the community, be a part of this online community and feel the power of associating with people. I mean, yes, they may not be sitting next to you, but you can jump on Skype and talk to a community member. You know, you can come into support and ask questions. When you're on live webinars, you can ask questions. Utilize the tools and the training and the tips that you have, and really do yourself a favor. Share, be passionate, become belief. You know, believe that the training in the SFM is really going to be beneficial to the people who are looking for this training. And if you can believe that and you can feel that into the depths of your bones, you can share it with passion. And when you can share it with passion, people will align with you. They will want to hear what you're talking about. They want to hear your story. And it doesn't matter if you're not a business person like me who loves business, who loves to focus on business, who has a business diploma. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're not techie. I wasn't techie when I joined the SFM. Screw that. When they were talking about Aweber, I thought they were talking about going down to the friggin' hardware shop and buying a goddamn friggin' barbecue, for Christ's sakes. I didn't know they were talking about an automated email. I didn't even know you had automated email online. You know, so it's not about being techie. That stuff you can learn. You don't have to learn it overnight. So stop saying to me and everyone else, I'm not techie, I don't know how to do it. That's the shit you feed yourself. If you keep feeding yourself that shit, you're gonna keep yourself down. Instead of saying, I'm not techie, I don't know how to do it, or I'm not techie, I keep stuffing it up, change your thought, change your perspective. Say to yourself, well, if the young'uns can get this sorted out and understand this, I can do it. There's got to be a way I can sort this out. What question do I need to ask to get the answer I need to get this sorted? And then go and ask someone that question and you'll get the answer you want. But stop telling yourself you're not techie and you can't do this. The harder you make it for yourself, the longer it's going to take you to springboard your journey. And if you're not into wanting to post a lot of stuff about the SFM this, the SFM that, and say you're more of a knitter and knitting's your thing, you're passionate about knitting, you knit great blankets and scarves and booties and people pay you money for them and people love them and you're well known in your community for your knitting skills, build your website around knitting. Share your blog posts about knitting. You know, if you don't want to build a website on digital bloggers, talk about knitting, crafting, creative. And then use the SFM, you know, as the background tools to help you share the information. So at the end of your blog post, you might do a blog post and have a video and show somebody how to start setting up their stitches to knit something, a particular thing, like a scarf or something, right? You might do a video on that and you might do a little blog post. How has the SFM helped you? It's helped you, it's given you a platform to get that blog post and that video out there, hasn't it? So you've got digital bloggers, you put the video on the blog post, you've learned how to put that video in that blog post, you've learned how to write a phrase to go with that video, and you've learned that your call to action will be a link back to the training in the SFM. So at the end of your blog post, you'll put, you know, 2 years ago or 6 months ago, I would never have been able to do this for you. I would never have been able to do this video and post this video in a public arena where you can see it and you can now follow my instructions to learn how to knit. And it's all thanks to the SFM, the online business community that I'm involved with. If you'd like to know more, you know, don't miss out on your chance to set up a free account, something like that. I mean, you'll shorten it, you'll reword it, you know. Don't miss your chance to set up a free account and have a look at our educational platform. And then you'll create your link in the link generator with your domain name and you'll put it, you'll hyperlink it to a word there, or you'll post the link, or you'll generate a banner in your marketing banners under marketing my banners. Generate a banner and put the tracking in, you know, blog post and the title of the blog post and put that at the bottom of the blog post. There are many ways you can get yourself out there, guys, and then you can share that blog post on G+. So anyway, I'm going to say goodbye for now. I'm going to end this because I'm almost 2 hours in. Big long webinar, but I wanted to add value right before Christmas. I wanted to give you something to chew over. I really hope you take the time to get all the way through this video. I'll post it on YouTube so it's easy for you to listen to, and you can come back to, and you can fast forward through. Well, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. I hope this really helps give you some ideas on how to get yourself out there, how to promote yourself for free, how to get started and springboard your journey into the future that you really truly believe and know that you deserve. Merry Christmas, everyone. Take care. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and ask. Bye for now.